ask the question that you asked me before. That way, Jake is going to hear your question, and I'm gonna. It's also being recorded. It's also being put on our YouTube channel. You can go and watch it again. Okay.
Okay, I said the question was basically on server. I wanted to know how to create
Okay.
server I can talk to. Like in the first chapter where the guy talks about having two servers, server one and two. So I want to know how to create that. If all servers have to end with .com, or can you just create a user server, something like that? I'm still struggling to understand the concept of server. Can they be stored in an individual,
Okay.
a standalone hard drive, or must they have different um, uh, hard drive on its own, or can it be stored visually? That's my question.
Okay. Does everyone understand the question?
No, no.
Anyway, let me raise this thing was cutting off. Um, I think this is a question for every people. Even me. I was asking this question for a long, long time. Even until I started working in the industry. So Siki is trying to find out what exactly a server means. You know, that his understanding of what a server means is different than what he started to read in this book. You know, so he's a server. Is essentially what he's asking. Okay. So we also talked about in the textbook where multiple references are made to server one.com or something like that, example one.com, something along those lines. How do you make a server to have the address example.com? You know. So the question is, the answer to that question. I try my best to not confuse anybody. So any piece of hardware, any piece of computer hardware, you know, now I'm talking about computer hardware, the bare bones box. That box that you see that has a CPU, a RAM, a power supply, graphics card, you know, and other things. Any box like that can be used for computation can be made into a server, can be made into a Linux server, piece of hardware. Your laptop can be made into a server. The computer box that you bought at, Salvation Army, you know, for $100 can be made into a server. You can build a virtual machine that is a server. Okay, you can build a virtual server. You can install multiple servers on a virtual machine, multiple Linux servers on a virtual machine. You know, um, so all on your laptop, any of those. When installing Linux, is when you select what you're trying to install. If you want to make it a server or you want to make it into a desktop machine, right? I mean, and this is all a function of the packages that you select during installation. We haven't talked about installation. I was thinking about teaching us how to install Linux today. That's what I was thinking about all week long. But I don't have the environment because I want you guys to watch this, step-by-step process, and I don't have it set up yet. I can show you guys how to install it in the cloud, but it won't do you any favors. It won't do you any good because you will not be installing any servers at your workplace in the cloud. Okay? So when you download CentOS, when you go on CentOS.org and try to download a CentOS software, or Red Hat or Ubuntu, if you go there, you will see a bunch of lines. You see one that says download CentOS server. Download the desktop version. Let me see if I can go there. Showing you. So are you guys seeing the West project? Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So with the thing as Red Hat, it's like same thing as in Red Hat 7. You know, so when you type in CentOS.org, this is one. I click on CentOS now, right? CentOS. I don't know what I was thinking about. I'm gonna tell you download CentOS. You know, 3 options. So the other one is everything ISO. The other one is minimal ISO, right? So this DVD ISO is typically the one that you download. Actually, you know, these are files. If you download these files, any of these files, if you click on maybe DVD ISO, it's going to take you to all these videos, which is various places where CentOS has just put DVD, so that anybody can just download it from there, so that the pressure on their own servers will be limited. If you downloaded one of this, you will have complete CentOS piece of house. You want to download the DVD because it comes packaged with every single thing. Anytime the menu is a big community now. So this particular one will have extra video yourself for your you have all desktop version, the server version, everything inside. Okay. About thing as you'll also be ISO files that have up all the binaries and stuff, all the libraries and stuff. It will just be about the same thing. It's the one that I really want to pay attention, or really want to focus on. Minimal ISO. Minimal ISO, when you download it, it will fit inside the CD. The packages are limited, as in the options you have in there are so limited. It just has the bare bones, you know, CentOS, bare bones Linux kernel. I think it's 3.26 or 3.62 is what we are at now. You'll just have the bare bones in there. And when you install that, when you install the bare bones, you won't have the desktop, you won't have anything to point and click, You wouldn't have the X configuration, which is the X windows. Anything that has X, anywhere you see X, you're talking about you visualize your input and stuff. You know, so you wouldn't have that when you minimize. Is typically the prepackaged, CentOS server package. Install. It's quicker to install. It's smaller. You can put it on a flash drive. You can put it on a CD-ROM, not even on a DVD-ROM. Quickly. Everything is text-based, command line based. All your installation is going to be done command line. Yes, everything ISO and the DVD ISO. When you install, you're going to be point and do all kinds of stuff. Okay. Why did I say all these things? I said all these things to explain to you guys that what defines installation is the package that you installed. CK, I've actually answered this question has come up before, but I'm sure you recognize that. But I recognize that some people are understanding it, which was why I wanted to be here before I started teaching it. So, what you install, your hardware, any hardware period, can be installed or as a desktop. Your laptop as a desktop. CK, you've seen my server. You've seen the server, the actual physical slim box that I have is a Dell PowerEdge R710. You've seen that before. That is a server. That's what you typically find in the industry. Servers like that. They'll put them on racks. But anything really that you install Linux, you can install the Linux Server Edition, or you can install the Linux Desktop Edition on it. Does it make any sense? Are we clear on that?
Yes.
So basically, a server is a server should have a server as any operating system of Linux that has capability of it to perform service. I don't know. I'm still very, very confused. Seriously, I don't know why I'm confused though, but I don't know. But I kind of understand what you're trying to say. But where my confusion comes in is when you have the different servers. How do all of them? How do you know you have? Let's say you have a DHCP server on your box. You can have a DNS server. You can have a VNC server, a FTP server. How is it possible to have all these things on one hard drive? Is there any way you can see them and check
how is it?
You have them? I think I'm confused because I've not really had this firsthand whatever, but so I'm still confused. I don't know.
Define for you what a server is, and I was going to explain to you why you were seeing example.com or something like that. That's the second part. The answer to the question is in two parts, right? Anyway, does it make any sense to you that a server can be anything and become a server based on the installation of Linux that you put on it? Does that make any sense? Are you clear on that?
Yeah, very clear.
Okay. Now, okay. And the second question that you asked, why were you seeing example 1, example 2, DHCP, DNS, or nothing that you saw example 1, example.com, all those things that you see. Anytime you see example, that thing is just a .com that you're seeing. It's just a placeholder for the IP address of that server. Okay? So it's like at your job, like at my job, they call me Chuck. My name is actually Chukwumuwanna. My email address says Chukwumuwanna, but everybody calls me Chuck. It's a placeholder for Wanna, right? So every time that anybody calls, they know that the person is actually Chukwuma Nwanna. You know? So many jobs will have like 1,000 servers, 20,000, 200 servers. There is no way you can know the exact IP address of all of those servers used. Maybe the IP address for your mail server is 2.68. And then for your, which is your IPS server information, your LDAP server 2.627.53. IP address 35, but you mistakenly copy it to the one, but it would have been easier to just say SCP-R, secure copy-R. You pick the file or the directory that you want to copy over, and you just give the name of that server, the DNS name. Okay, I'm gradually coming to where you need to be. I'm gradually bringing this thing down. You just press it to mail, com. And if you want to copy it to your IP network, color point in time becomes Nwanna.com, right? So we use those, we call them addresses. We use those domain addresses to avoid confusion at work. Can you imagine having 1,000 servers at your job easily? Many companies have, and you're trying to share information between them. You're trying to map network drives. You're trying to, export NFS. Trying to do a whole bunch, and everything is just spread out. But you mistakenly send it to a different IP address, or you try to push firewall server and you push it to the wrong one because you mistyped one particular number IP address. So that's why we set up DNS, domain name service. Okay, you set up a domain name service for the servers that you want, and you map them to those servers and you give them nicknames. Those nicknames are like example.2.com, example3.com, chukwuma.com, mail.com, ipsserver.com. Those things are nicknames that you give inside your domain. Okay? Am I making sense?
Not really, but go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Hello, see?
I kind of understand what you're trying to say now. That the servers use those numeric values, the DNS, to actually represent each, let's say, protocol or something like that. You get it? But again,
I'm making it difficult for yourself. I didn't say anything about protocol. Yeah, there is protocol doesn't come in here at all. I am saying that in your infrastructure, it's easy. If you've installed, for instance, 20 servers, which is maybe 20 different hardware, you buy to the market, you buy, Dell boxes or, let me show you this again. Dell and when you go to any job, this is most likely what you will find. These are all the things that you're seeing here are servers. This is one particular brand of server, Dell PowerEdge R710. There is also a Cisco UCS series. This is okay. Like 4 blades. This is one server. This is another server. This is another. And the chassis like a whole box like this. Underneath, you have this power supply. These things I see in a power supply. You can install Red Hat 7 here and call it your mail server. On the 7 and call it DHCP server. On the other one, you can install Red Hat 7 and call, identity IPS server. But those are all servers, right? Then you can also for your mail server. The other one is for your MATLAB, to run your mathematical computations. You can install thousands of all those servers. Install Red Hat 7, the server edition, and use it to do to do. But typically, when you install a server, you're installing it with the IP address. You're giving it an address served out from a DHCP server. A DHCP server is not different than what you've done that ones. All you're doing is you're installing Red Hat 7 on that particular server. Typically, the minimal installation of Red Hat 7, and you go in there and install the DHCP package inside it. Install the DHCP there of the other servers that you're installing, like your mail client, IP address, and you give it an IP address under that DHCP server, inside the DHCP server. And when you do that, that DHCP, this configuration protocol, you understand? So what DHCP will be doing is every time it sees that particular MAC address, it will give it an IP address matched to that MAC address every single time. So each of your servers will have a unique IP address, right? IP address. Now, in your own case now, it's in your house. Your router, your internet router serves as a DHCP server to assign IP addresses to anybody that logs onto that particular router. So the small box in it is also a DHCP server. You understand? It hands out IP address is based on anybody logs onto that network. You give the person an IP address. You won't give two people the same IP address. It's typically smart enough not to address twice. So that's the way DHCP works. DNS, on the other hand, is domain name service. So DNS is probably one of the easiest things you can even think. I know it sounds really difficult. It's just the same thing. You install any server at all. For you to build a DNS server, you bring a piece of hardware like Dell or
I don't know. I don't know if it's my internet or yours. I can't. Doesn't. The sound is very bad. I am struggling to understand what you're trying to say.
Do you want to come into class and do you want to come to my house? I don't know, everybody is there anybody that has the same kind of problems?
Yeah, I'm having the same problem, but I guess all network. I know it's nobody's fault. It's just connection.
Like 50% of what you're saying is going in and out.
You muted me, or I can't. If you're saying anything, I can't hear you because you muted me.
No, see, I didn't mute you. I'm talking. That's what I'm trying to say.
I s- okay, let me. In that case, then let me.